Edgar Allan Poe, born in 1809, his early publication won him fame and the position as editor of the Southern Literary Messenger. Later, he moved to Philadelphia and worked on Burton Gentleman magazine. Poe's next professional engagement was with the Evening Mirror in New York. Poe turned to alcohol abuse. These drinking binges left him so exhausted and he fell seriously ill by October of 1849. A few days later, he died. One of his best-known works is Stories Like Tales of Mystery and Imagination. The storyteller had a strange feeling of deep gloom in all the story. Roderick Usher, he had the skin too white, eyes too large, and long white hair. Lady Madeline, she had a mysterious ailing, as she is Usher's sister. It was a great day, and the sky full of large black clouds. An old friend named Roderick Usher sent the storyteller a sad and terrible letter. So the storyteller, going to the house, Usher welcomed him warmly. Usher told his friend that much of his sadness was because his sister Madeline seemed near to death. Then, for a few weeks, they spent time together. One evening, the storyteller was reading, and Usher came into the room, saying in very few words that his sister had died. So Usher decides keep her body for a fortnight in one of the vaults under the house. Suddenly, the storyteller started to read the book, The Sad Mad Life, for his friend Usher. When he finished reading, it heard the same noise of cracking and breaking wood, but he continued reading and the sounds continued like in the book. When suddenly Usher shouted, "Madman, I tell you that at this minute she is standing outside the door." As he screams these words, the door opened with a strong ride. There, outside the door, dressed in the white clothes of death, stood the tall figure of Lady Madeline. She had blood in her hands, arms, and clothes. Then, with a low cry, she fell heavily onto her brother, a dead man killed by his own terror. The usher's friend ran past the lake. He turned to see where this strange light was coming from. It was a full blood moon shining through a narrow crack in the walls of the house, a crack which started from the roof to the ground. When he grew, became a heavy drinker, wife, loved animals, and Pluto, a large black cat. The story takes place in the house of the storyteller, where he lived with his wife. They had birds, a fish, a dog, chicken, and a cat named Pluto. At the beginning, he loved Pluto. The animals felt a change in him, so they ran away when they saw him. One night he was very drunk and he took a knife and cut one of Pluto's eyes from its sockets. One morning he woke, found a rope and calmly tied it around Pluto's neck. Then he hung the cat from a tree and left there to die. The same night he had a fire in their house and everything was destroyed. Only the bedroom walls have rested with the shape of a cat outlined, which have a rope around his neck. Another night he was drinking in his favorite bar. Suddenly a large black cat without one eye touched him. He decided to bring it home. Day by day the white markings in the shades of the new cat grew and changed until it had the clear shape of a gallows. He had become afraid of this new cat, so he decided to kill him with an axe, but his wife cut her arm and he drove the axe deep into her head. He hid the body behind the walls of the cellar and noticed that the cat had disappeared. On the fourth day, the police visited and began to search the body's wife. The storyteller knocked on the wall, but the sound was soft at first, then it grew louder, like a cry rising from hell. For this reason, the police started pulling out the bricks when suddenly they saw the body of her dead wife and the new cat was sat on the top of her head. Finally, the storyteller said loudly, "The cat sent me to death."